As we head into the back part of the hurricane season, the tropics are getting a little active. We could see a couple more named storms. And also, as we head into fall, further into fall, we will start to see maybe a fall severe weather season. I'll go over what could happen this fall in this video. It's CBS Cyclone, Monday, October 6th, 2025. I'm going to start in the Eastern Pacific today because there is a little over, probably about a week out, there is a flood threat for the southwestern U.S., New Mexico, Arizona. I'll go over that in just a second. Starting with Tropical Storm Octave, it currently has 50 miles an hour. It previously was a Category 1 hurricane, and it did previously have a track, and it is having an interesting track, unusual track for Eastern Pacific storms because of Hurricane Priscilla. This is another Fujiwara effect scenario, just like Humberto and Imelda not too long ago, where a stronger storm is pulling a weaker storm towards the stronger storm. In this case, the stronger storm is Priscilla, the weaker storm is Octave. Octave is getting pulled toward Priscilla. Priscilla is forecast to further intensify into a Category 2 hurricane, could even be a Cat 3, I wouldn't be totally surprised. And then it is forecast to make landfall as a low-end tropical storm in Mexico on the Baja Peninsula. There are currently tropical storm watches for parts of Nayarit, Jalisco, and Cabo San Lucas on the Baja Peninsula. So I will be monitoring this, especially for potential flood threats to the southeast coast. I will show you the forecast models later in this video. I will be monitoring that closely. Disturbance 1 currently has a 20% chance of development in the next 2 days and a 70% chance of development in the next 7 days. I do expect this to develop, and it could have a very similar track to Priscilla, and I'm not quite sure what's going to happen. Other than that, I don't know if it could hit the Baja Peninsula, but I will be monitoring it. Disturbance 2 currently has a 10% chance of development in the next 2 days and a 10% chance of development in the next 7 days. I don't think this is going to develop, but some models are hinting at some, maybe a little development. I will show you the forecast models later in this video. Finally, Invest 95L currently has 30 mile-an-hour sustained winds, a 70% chance of development in the next 2 days, and an 80% chance of development in the next 7 days. This is starting to look organized. I will also show you the infrared satellite imagery later in this video. And I think we could see a tropical storm, or a tropical depression, or even tropical storm Jerry by tomorrow afternoon or evening. And this up north is just the remnants of Imelda. This hasn't updated because the National Hurricane Center isn't issuing advisories on it anymore. Also, I did want to show you a little bit of something that sparks my interest. So go back to the 27th. If we look near Portugal, so this is the remnants of Gabrielle right here. This to me looks like a subtropical storm. I think it's very possible that Gabrielle redeveloped into a subtropical storm and then made landfall in Spain or Portugal or somewhere along the border. It's kind of too close to call. And then the National Hurricane Center does do post-analysis on systems like this, or on all systems actually, and they change anything like wind speed, when a storm developed, dissipated, and then even identify new systems that weren't previously identified. I think they could identify this as redeveloping into a subtropical storm. It'll just be something to watch out for. Only one storm that I know of, Subtropical Storm Alpha from 2020, has made landfall as a full-on tropical or subtropical, not post-tropical cyclone in Europe. So these systems are rare, and Gabrielle could have been another one of them. So for the forecast models, starting with the European AI model, I actually kind of want to show you. I'll show you the southwestern U.S. later. But starting with Invest 95L, they show the system slightly developing, not becoming much. And then if you look toward the coast of North Carolina, there is maybe a little something. I'm not quite sure what it is quite yet. It could be just a coastal low, or it could even be a tropical storm. This could be, if Jerry develops, then this would be likely be Tropical Storm Karen, which is the K-name storm. But I'm not totally sure if that's a coastal low or a tropical cyclone. But the European AI model does not show much development out of Invest 95L, which is likely to be Jerry. The GFS model shows a lot more development out of this, maybe becoming a Category 2 storm. I wouldn't be surprised if it becomes a major hurricane, another major hurricane this season. It would be the fourth of the season. Even though we've only seen 9 storms, we've had 3 major hurricanes, 4 hurricanes. 3 of those became major hurricanes. The first 3 hurricanes all became major hurricanes, the first time that's happened since 1935. So although this season has been inactive, it has been somewhat of a remarkable season, you could say. And then the GFS shows the same thing with this coastal low or maybe even tropical storm near the Carolinas. I will be monitoring that very closely also lately because of Umberto, Imelda, and even Aaron. A lot of homes have been collapsing along the Outer Banks. They are considered inhabitable, so no one's in them. But these homes previously, like 2009, they were like 100 feet from the beach, and now they're like right in the water, collapsing because I think it's sea level rising, or it's just like over time beach erosion from storms. So I will be monitoring potential home collapses along the Outer Banks. Now for the southwestern U.S., I'm going to go to the eastern Pacific actually to show you, starting with the GFS. So they show Octave going toward Priscilla, and then Octave maybe combining with another system. I'm not sure what the R-name storm is quite yet. I have to look at that. And then on Priscilla, they show rain going into Arizona, New Mexico. And then with the system after that, same thing. So we could start to see a decent flood threat. And then the GFS going way out to October 22nd shows another system developing. The European AI forecast model, starting with Priscilla and Octave, they show it dissipating before really hitting land. And then they show the other storm bringing rain to the southwest of the United States. So I'll be monitoring. Oh, one more thing. Just today, for the first time in 12 years, we have had an EF5 tornado. It wasn't today. It was on June 20th, Enderlin, North Dakota. This was just upgraded to an EF5 earlier today. Again, the first in 12 years. Previously, it was the Moore 2013 tornado. Not what I was expecting to see today. That was kind of one of the last things I was expecting to see. At least 210 miles an hour. The National Hurricane Center, or not the National Hurricane Center, the National Weather Service is probably going to be doing some more surveys. And this is a doorbell camera of the mesocyclone. You see the mesocyclone right here of the storm. So first in 12 years, it unfortunately killed 3 people. It was the deadliest North Dakota tornado since 1978. So I'll be monitoring all the tropical threats for you, and as we go into fall, we could see a severe weather season, a secondary severe weather season. That's not totally abnormal. So I'll be monitoring all of this for you. Thanks for watching, and see ya.